just when we thought we couldn't be more all in on the Atlanta Falcons. Kyle Pitts, get rid of Arthur Smith, Bijan Robinson. We're moving Drake London up to the middle of the second round. They hired Pete's kindergarten best friend, baby, allegedly. Allegedly. And then they go in the NFL draft and they scroll the F down in the first round. They shock the world after giving $100 million to their quarterback. They find their quarterback of the future, who's going to be 28 years old when he finally takes the ball and throws with the opposite hand. What do we think, Falcon fan? Nathaniel?
I mean, I guess the cat's out the bag. I was doing some side work as a consultant for the Atlanta Falcons during this draft season, and I told him two things. One, did you see Michael Penix play in the semifinals? Did you check that film? Watch that film. And two, you got to scroll the F down. You know, the chalk pick is obviously, an edge rusher. You guys haven't recorded a sack in 3 years, but, what if we scroll the F down and we take the quarterback that we'll have to re-sign as soon as the quarterback that we just signed's contract expires? What if? They watch? I mean, the tape speaks for itself, man. It speaks for itself. I came out of that draft feeling pretty damn smart. The quarterback I liked and nobody else likes goes top 10. Pat myself on the back, baby.
Yeah, great day for the UW boys. 2 of them inside the top 10 there, right? That's so cool. But man, that draft felt so Galbrain, and so it was the epitome of like the dunce cap IQ meme, right? Where it was like, I tweeted something in the middle of it where it's like, this feels like a 2005 draft on ESPN home league, like standard scoring league where 6 quarterbacks go in like the top 12, and it just felt like, I don't know, it felt like fantasy football. It was just like, it was wild out there.
I mean, in all honesty, that's just a very uncomfortable situation in Atlanta. I mean,
yeah,
what the fuck? I mean, you could see the footage they were showing inside. He was clearly like articulating like what was going on with that pick and and then like getting like put on the spot on the press conference, and they're like, yeah, we talked to Kirk's agent and they're confused as fuck. And like, I just don't understand. Like, you have a front office filled with employees that you are paying really good money to, and everybody like everybody's on board with that. Like, what were you preparing for the draft at all? I would love to know. I wish a film crew was following around the Falcons for this entire draft process. What the fuck were you guys doing the whole time?
Well, let's play like devil's advocate for a second. Kirk's recovery not going as well as they originally thought, maybe. Or maybe they cited the Packers thing. If you are a new coach and new GM coming into a situation, how do you build yourself the longest leash to keep your job? You set up a future plan that revolves around a quarterback, right? So you go, hey, look at this. We made the splash big money deal and we got the quarterback of the future. So if it doesn't work out in the first 2 years with Kirk, hey, don't fire us yet. Don't fire us yet, because we got the contingency plan coming for the next 2 years. Like, if you want to bake in your own job security, that's some gal brain shit.
No, like there's, it's just like, it is inexcusable.
Yeah,
it's inexcusable. I have no words for what's going on there. I mean, you don't even draft like a 21-year-old.
Allegedly, they said they had. Well, there were some interesting notes. Like, I was obviously reading through Hayden's like draft guide or post recap. I don't even know what the phrase is here as I flounder and bring it up for us. But this one shocked me here. So that they talked about on their big board, they had like there was a consensus round 2 grade, obviously on Penix, but on their big board, they had him as QB2, and there was interest from Seattle, the Saints, and the Raiders to like get into the top 10 to take Penix.
And
Like,
you don't. I don't believe that.
right? Yeah, you think it's just eyewash? Like after the fact, they just
the Saints have already come out and vehemently denied that they had any interest in that.
Yeah,
that is 100,000% face saving.
yeah, fair enough. I don't know. It's crazy, man. Like, because you could also, in theory, like this report's false, right? Or we believe it's false. You could just trade down and take Penix on the back end, right?
Dude, there's a million different things they could have done other than take Michael Penix. Like, it really feels like they panicked. And I don't know how you can get caught off guard and panic in the draft when literally that's all you have to do up until the draft. When the Super Bowl's over, up until the draft, your only job in an NFL front office is to prepare for the NFL draft. Take a look at your team, take a look at who's available, and prepare. And like, I don't want to like dogpile, but like we're already there. But there's no way to objectively talk about this without just like being brash and being blunt and like and piling on, because what the fuck? The only gal brain thing that I will accept, and I believe this is from Jacob Sanderson, is that they are going to like lose something's happening with this tampering punishment that made them want to take Roma Dunze. And like, that is the only possible explanation, is that they know something is coming.
Explain that like I'm 5.
They are getting
tampering penalty that will let that.
I mean, are you aware that they have
No. Tell me.
So the NFL is investigating them from tampering, and I believe it's like set in stone that there is a punishment coming. We just don't know what it is.
To Atlanta.
Correct, for tampering during free agency with Kirk Cousins, which everybody does. But I mean, you have to be incompetent to like actually, receive a fine for it. And, here we are, we're talking about the Falcons, and they just drafted Michael Penix. So it's just as likely that isn't true that it is true. But like, that's the only.
This is where I'm getting hung up. Okay, got it. So they're taking Penix. You said O'Doomsday because the name's on the screen, and we're talking about UW guys.
Oh.
You meant they took Penix to cover for the potential of.
Sorry.
This.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Yes, because it's like, oh wow, we actually don't have Kirk for as long as we thought.
Right.
Yada yada. Or they are planning on cutting him because the fine is so hefty. I don't know, but like that is the only way that this could like possibly like make sense, or as to why it was done. Otherwise, like it just is impossible to wrap my mind around.
Yeah. Did you see the clip that Hayden and Josh had Jay Gruden on during this pick? And he's coached Kirk Cousins or whatever. Mm-hmm. And did you see the quote where he was just instantly like, yeah, he's a sensitive guy. This is not going to go over well. Like, because he went through that whole RG3 versus Kirk Cousins thing for years, right?
Yeah, that's I did see that.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for Michael Penix to some degree, right? Like, sure, he goes inside the top 10. Sure, this is awesome for him, like as like a person, but like he's just going to be wrongfully spoken about in this regard because the pick seems so egregious. You know what I mean? So it's like he would have been much better served to have gone 20th overall and gone to the Vikings, or gone to the Saints even, or gone to the Broncos or something like that, right? Because now I feel like his name's going to get drugged for like a decision that wasn't his, Yeah.
Yeah, you do wish he was in a place where he could just like actually play too.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, that too. Right. Oh man, wild stuff there. What else do you want to talk about from the first round there? I personally am absolutely shocked by 0% that the Chargers did not go wide receiver there. The fact that the Colts didn't trade up for Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, I was playing Madden in our mock draft there, but yeah, the chalk kind of falls through the first 4 picks there, and then Chargers don't go wide receiver, which wasn't really all that shocking. Kind of surprised Titans didn't try and trade down after here, but they got arguably, like, some people had him as number 1 offensive lineman in the class. Other people had him as number 2. So seems like a good fit there. I don't know. Anything else you want to hit on the first couple picks here?
I mean, the Chiefs taking Xavier Worthy, man.
Oh, that's not the first couple picks. We'll get there. But
I mean, how much of the? I thought. I guess. Okay.
Like
I mean,
that's I want to talk about like the McCarthy one here too. Like get your reaction to. I'm starting at the top here, Nez. We're at 10. You want to talk about Worthy already?
well, I mean, you made it seem like we were done here.
No.
No.
Yeah. Any thoughts on the McCarthy?
I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see. Apparently he's good, and you know, it's definitely. I mean, we knew they were going quarterback, so
yeah.
JJ to JJ, baby.
Yeah, kind of worked out perfectly for the Vikings that like Penix was taken in front of them, so it lit a fire under their ass, right? To be like, oh shit, quarterbacks are flying. We have to get up if we want to get our guy. Because we talked about it at length that like it was like Vikings were gonna try and get JJ, right? Like that was the chalk. That was what everybody said everywhere, right? And this kind of lit a fire under their ass. Like Penix kind of set the tone for the decision making that followed for the McCarthy pick and the Knicks pick, don't you think?
Yeah, it makes me wonder like who else was trying to get that pick.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because like they clearly were competing with somebody to try to trade up.
Yeah, fair enough. Anything else you want to say about the Bo Nix one? That's gonna be fun for fantasy's sake. Goes to a quarterback room with nobody there. He can run a little bit. He gets Sean Payton. Buddy's going nuts over here. Mr. Good boy. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of fun. Are we RIP Michael Mayers now here with the Brock Bowers one?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, they're going to spend this much capital on Brock Bowers. You got to assume that he's going to be the guy at some point. But like, if Minshew's throwing him the ball, it's hard to get too excited about him. Period. He's going to take a really big fall. But I'm definitely Bowers over Michael though.
Oh yeah, for sure over him. I think there's definitely room for both of them to succeed a little bit with some better quarterback play, like because they effectively play different positions. You know, like Brock Bowers is going to be like the Kyle Pitts-esque stuff, and Michael Mayer could be the Jonnu Smith to that. You know what I mean? So it could just be like really, really infuriating.
Yeah, it's weird.
Mm-hmm. What did you think about your boys selecting? They went offensive line there, got themselves a good UW boy who can play outside, can play inside. Some people think he should move to center. Some people, he played some guard, he played some tackle. Hayden doesn't think he's long to play left tackle, but Mike Tomlin's comments were that he could play tackle on the next level there. What do you think?
I mean, I don't really know anything about him. But I just know that he has flexibility. They're saying that he's going to play tackle. So it just feels like if they were going to go, I mean, I guess they view him better than most of the centers that were on the board and all the wide receivers. But I mean, there's some wide receiver depth. So I would be shocked if that wasn't their next pick was a wide receiver. I mean, they needed help on our line. So we'll see. Like I said, man, I don't know anything about this kid. I just know that he can play different parts of the O-line. So
yeah, fair enough. Jags trade back and then get Brian Thomas. There's a really funny clip I saw from Ship Chasing there that was they spent all the money on Gabe Davis so that then they could draft fancy Gabe Davis. I thought that was very good. Any thoughts on the Brian Thomas selection to the Jags after trading down there?
It's pretty fun.
Yeah,
that's a very fun offense. I like this landing spot for him. I think it's hard not to.
Yep, I tend to agree with you there for sure. I mean, we didn't have a ton of interest in Gabe Davis in the big boards, and I think our very last big board that we did was that Jags stack, or no, it was a War Room with Hayden there on Monday, and we did do the Jags stack stuff. Actually, we should look back and see if we accidentally took Brian Thomas on that team as well, because that'd be pretty funny. That'd be pretty sick. I'll look in a second here. But yeah, I don't know. We were just kind of talking how much they love Christian Kirk, how much they love Evan Ingram. And then they go in and they get kind of like bigger body outside guy with, probably going to be fine, but the torn labrum thing lingering. I think the Rams would have been slightly more fun for fantasy's sake, but this feels good.
Yeah, no, this is exciting. This is good. I think it's, it doesn't completely crater Christian Kirk and it doesn't completely crater Brian Thomas either. This is exciting.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, now we can talk about your boy. Now we got that out of the way. Sorry, Nez. Now we can move down. We
I
can
mean, what
talk
are we
about
waiting for, man? This
yeah,
is
we can
this is the
talk
pick of
about
the draft.
the fastest dude ever. So Chiefs trade up and they jump right into the lap of the Bills there. They don't give up very much, and then they rip a guy who could have potentially been drafted by the Bills. AFC champions stay AFC champions and continue to dunk all over the Bills? Question mark.
Dude, the Chiefs are disgusting right now. I mean,
Mm.
they this offense has just completely changed. Now we're working with Worthy, Rice, Hollywood, and Kelsey. Are you serious? Are you
Yeah.
like are you ready for a QB2 Mahomes?
I mean, he was falling in drafts early there, and people didn't know who to stack him with. And then we had the debate with Pete for Big Board if we would take CJ Shroud over him or not. Now, with all the acquisitions that they've made, has that flipped all the way back now?
It's going to.
Yeah, you think
It's
so?
100% going to.
Rightfully so.
100%. Rightfully so. Probably not the level of steam that it's going to get, but I would take him straight up over CJ Stroud.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fair enough. Some good banter going on in the chat here, guys, talking about the filthy Minshew Adams Bach Powers Mayor stack in the big board. Tipsy saying if you need Minshew or AOC, have fun staying poor. And then this one, Hollywood becomes the easiest fade? Question mark from Run Good Rick. What do you think about that, Nez?
He said he becomes Hollywood's the easiest fade.
Yeah, what do you think about that now that they bring in Worthy?
It's definitely. I think he definitely falls a little bit. He's
his
probably
price point was
to
quite palatable to begin with, in that 60s, 70s, 80s range, depending when you were drafting big board time.
Well, I mean, he's not there now. He was
right.
I mean, he's nowhere close to the 80s now. But
yeah,
him and Worthy are probably going to be extremely, extremely close in ADP, I would imagine. And Rice, for that matter. I mean, just because Rice has the suspension coming, and like they were talking about on ship chasing, we know it's coming, and then when it does hit, he's still going to fall, most likely.
Right.
Which is like kind of funny. But if you want to stack these guys, like someone's got to be taken first, and it's definitely going to be Mahomes. It's definitely going to be Mahomes.
Okay. All right. I'm looking back at that draft right now. We had Rome on that team, and we had Jermaine Burton. So prayers up that Burton gets drafted this weekend, but no Brian Thomas on the War Room team, unfortunately.
Rip.
That would have been a sick little backdoor stack there. Anything else? Oh, the Ricky Pearsall one and Xavier Legette. Shout out to Pete. We'll talk about it
on what the hell
on Wednesday, but he fucking nailed both of these picks, and then he nailed Jags going wide receiver at a point too. So he was on it here. I was directionally accurate by saying they would take Ladd here, so I get half a point for white receiver. Yeah, that's how the scoring system now works. What do you think about the Ricky Pearsall one? Everybody's talking potential Niners trade at wide receiver now and stuff like this. What do you think? Just macro with that.
I do think they traded one of their wide receivers.
Ooh, spiciness. Spicy.
They're throwing Debo's name out there, which is crazy. Like, why are you like trying to get both of your like star wide receivers to hate you? Like if you're gonna trade one, just throw the rumors of one out there. Why you got both these guys like on edge? Like it just seems like really bad business to have these type of reports going around about both of your 2-star wide receivers. But one of them is getting traded, and I think it's going to be Steelers or Bills, to be honest. Like the Steelers.
Oh, that's spicy Steelers nugget. He had to sneak it in.
Dude, of course. I mean, the Steelers are either drafting a wide receiver or trading for one. They absolutely need to improve that wide receiver room. They're not going in there with like George Pickens and the cast of characters they have there now. And the Bills, loading up on draft capital to either spend or use it in a trade too. I mean, I really do feel like one of these Niners wideouts are gone.
Interesting. Okay. Well, Bills have first pick of the second round there. So conceivably, A.D. Mitchell's on the board, Franklin, I don't know, something like that. They could address it that way without trading. I would low-key love to see Deebo Samuel in a Bills uniform. That would be fun as fuck. With like, can you imagine the versatility stuff with him and Josh Allen running like little RPOs and like dump off stuff out of the backfield? That would be fun. If I was the Niners, this might be spicy. If I was looking at trading, I would rather keep Ayuk than keep Deebo and then pay Ayuk.
Yeah, and
That's what
I mean, yeah. If we're talking fantasy here, like I'd rather have Ayuk with Josh Allen than Deebo.
Oh, you're talking. I was saying the opposite. I would way rather have Ayuk be a Niner, and I would trade. Like if I were the Niners, I'd rather trade Deebo.
Yeah, if I was the Niners, I'd rather have Ayuk.
Oh, okay. You said
and if
it
I
wrong,
was the
right?
Bills,
you said Bills. You'd rather have Ayuk.
I know, but you were but like you're saying like Bill like Deebo with the Bills, like give me Ayuk with the Bills.
Yeah.
Like Josh Allen has arm talent. Like Deebo's
That's
not like the prototypical receiver. Like Ayuk doing his shit on the Bills would just be like with Josh Allen a QB as opposed to little old Brock. Like Brock needs a Deebo. Brock needs a McCaffrey because because they work well with his style of quarterbacking.
Okay.
But they're probably likelier to keep Deebo because I bet Deebo probably would cost less to sign.
Yeah, I don't know what his deal is right now. We'd have to look.
Ayuk's getting the bag.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, but that's but if you dump the Deebo money, okay, let's look at it right now. Now I'm really interested because I was thinking if you dump Deebo money and then because like Deebo is low key. He's got 375 with 23 million a year. Like Deebo's like low key in the top 10 of paid wide receivers right now. That's why I was kind of like, you just dump that and give that to Ayuk, and you're in a
Ayuk's getting
position.
30 a year.
Yeah, let's see here.
Like just using the AJ Brown contracts and the Amon-Ra St. Brown contracts as like a benchmark, he's getting that.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, Deebo is 28 this year. He will be 29 next year. Here, I'll just bring it up so everybody can see it while we're talking about it. Cap hit of 28, even though the cap's not real. He's got that 20 is basically the base, and then he's got 16. And then these cut options are always interesting. Yeah, it's just like dead cap money, basically. So basically they stretched his contract over the entirety of that. That's interesting. Like, let's see what Ayuk's at right now. Is Ayuk still rookie deal? He must be. Last year of the rookie deal. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. So I wonder what he would.
So he's more expensive just based on like the age alone,
Right. Yeah. Because he was what is he there? He's 26. Wow. They're actually way closer in age than I thought.
Like in my mind, it still makes a difference, but yeah, they are close. Like Deebo's not that old.
Yeah, right. Sorry, I'm gonna look up one more thing here. Can you hear that? The dog's being so annoying right now.
No, I can't hear it.
Okay. Let's sort by the average per year. Yeah, Deebo's inside the top 10. He's at 8 there already. So you think Ayuk gets more than 24 a year? He goes in this Devonta Smith range. He goes up here.
Mm-hmm. Definitely with the new cap.
Yeah,
and like him being able to if he's not getting it from the Niners, he's getting it from someone else.
Right. Yeah.
So if you're not ready to
both Penix age. That's very good, Chip. I like that. Yeah, Julian says Ayuk clears that. Pitch saying Ayuk isn't on the same level as AJ Brown and Amon-Ra St. Brown. I tend to agree with that as well. Clearing Smitty, I guess. Yeah, that kind of checks out.
Yeah, he's better than Devonta Smith.
Okay, so let me pitch you this. If you could trade Deebo Samuel to the Bills for that second round pick, I don't even know if they'd want it. You could trade him that tomorrow or today rather, and then you could just sign Ayuk to the Devonta Smith deal. You would do that instantly?
Sign Ayuk to the Devontae Smith deal?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So if you're the Niners, you can trade Debo for the second round pick, and then you can sign Ayuk with that money, but a slight uptick to the Devonta Smith deal. You do that instead of keeping both for a 1-year playoff run and then risking losing Ayuk.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah. Would you do that if you're the Bills, or would you rather draft A.D. Mitchell or Troy Franklin and have 5 years of control on a entry level deal?
No, I think you just get Ayuk and sign him and win that
We're
one.
talking about different things. I'm talking about trading Debo for that pick. The Bills are never getting Ayuk in this scenario.
No.
Okay. But would you trade that pick for Ayuk?
Yes.
If you're the Bills. Got it. Okay. So you wouldn't make the Debo deal, but if you were the Bills, but you would make the Ayuk deal. And if you were the Niners, you would only give up Debo, or you would be comfortable giving up Ayuk.
No, I want Ayuk. No matter what scenario you throw at me, I want.
I know
Brandon
you
Ayuk.
want him, but I'm thinking from the team perspective.
The team should too. The team should want Brandon Ayuk.
Fair enough. Yeah. GA saved my head. Hey, let us Galbraid some second round trades here. If the Bills hang on to that, do you think they take wide receiver with the first pick of the second round?
Yes. Like, what are they doing if they don't? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, that'd be preposterous if they don't.
Okay. Fair enough. Panthers take Xavier Legette. Any thoughts just in general there?
I mean, Hayden's got a C- grade. I definitely did not see him going ahead of like A.D. Mitchell and Keon Coleman. So I am like a little surprised by that. I think the Panthers kind of felt like they owed it to him because there was like that quote going around that they're like, you told Xavier Legette that you're taking him. And then he's like, actually, what I said was like, if we take you, like yada, yada, yada. And now he's like, probably felt pressured, like, shit, now I got to take this guy. I look like an asshole. Cause I mean, the Panthers just don't move smart. And I feel like they would totally be swayed by the fact that there's negative press around them.
It's so true.
They are just not a smart team, obviously. I mean, that's easy to dunk on. But I hope he's good. Obviously, you know, shout out to my Panthers. I like every team in the NFC South, apparently. You know, shout out Bryce Young. A nice little mid receiver for Bryce Young to throw to. You love it.
Love it. Yeah, I hope he turns into something. Yeah, but not jumping up and down. Biggest winners and or losers from day one from a fantasy perspective. I would throw out Bo Nix as a big winner there. I would throw out obviously just like Neighbors and Marvin Harris Jr. just kind of stay where they're at. They were kind of, priced appropriately there. Feels good. We said Myers as a potential loser because of the Bowers thing. They all pretty straightforward. Do you think Rome is a winner or a loser in this scenario?
Oh man, that's a dub. That's definitely a dub, I think. I mean, I know he's got competition around him, but like
most people are going to give him the JSN treatment. They're going to be like, wow, another mouth to feed. This lowers for everybody, but raises Caleb.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm going to have a lot of them. Just because it's best ball.
Of Caleb or of Rome?
Rome.
Okay, interesting.
I hope the price goes down. I really do.
Yeah. I think it will. I think people get scared by the notion that like, oh, now he's third in line. He's going to get the JSN comp. Look what we saw last year. Like JSN couldn't get on the field enough to matter. We made this mistake once before, or we're not going to make it again. Same with QJ. See, like we got hyped on Quentin Johnson. Oh, they'll run 3 wide receiver sets, blah, blah, blah. And then he just gets buried on the depth chart, initially behind Allen. And I mean, Rome's definitely a better talent than that, but just making the lazy comps that are going to get made.
The way I kind of see it is like, if Caleb has like a CJ Stroud type season where like he smashes and there's just no choice but him smashing. And like, you can't, like the Bears can run all they want. It doesn't matter. like Caleb is just crushing.
Yeah.
I mean, the wide receiver 3 for the Texans was a very valuable fantasy piece for us, like
Yeah.
multiple times.
That's a good point.
Now the wide receiver 3 is actually like it's not Noah Brown. Now we're actually talking about Rome here. So I mean, I'm not sweating it as much. I mean, I get his price dropping. Like, that makes sense to me. That makes sense. But like, as far as like the talent goes and the setup, I'm going to like bet on the talent.
Cool. Yeah, fair enough, man. This would be a very fun exercise because they could do this. Alan's saying, would they drop some tournaments today or what? No, they're gonna wait till the end of the NFL draft. But as a thought exercise for years in the future, and something we talked about behind closed doors, a in draft contest would be electric. Could you imagine the shit that would be flying? And like, now that they have like 4 years of metrics and understand fill rates, and they have people like Hope, Neumy, whatever, figuring out, okay, what could we fill? What could we, whatever? Could you imagine these live draft streams being like also drafting while they're doing it? It's like, okay, let's enter a draft now because we think Brock Bowers might be going next. And like, we could have like these small little time box contests that coincide with the draft. It would be electric.
That would be fun.
Dude, it'd be so good.
That would be fun.
Yeah, John C. throwing out an interesting one here that nobody seems to be talking about a lot. Even when Hayden was on the other day, when we talked about the Neighbors potential or Rome potentially going to the Giants, he threw out the Drew Lock name before he threw out the Daniel Jones name, which was kind of funny. I don't know if he was joking or not, but like, Danny Dimes has been free all draft season. We drafted him on the big board like naked a couple times. He feels like a winner, getting Malik Neighbors there, not getting a quarterback in his lap.
That's big. That's big.
Yeah.
The offense is like that team is still like so disgusting, but I mean, he's going to go up, and I think he'll still be a very, very palatable price, which like I'm excited to take a lot of him.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Lock the Neighbors, elite week 17 there, right?
100%.
BBM, but draft pods need to be every 4 weeks for a fist fight. Love that one. Actually, people forget that the 4-week was the OG. You guys got to go way back in the archives to the company that Mark and I started there, the 4-week windows, and now it's coming back around. Jewish McCaffrey was tweeting about, hey, we have to have 4-week contest. That was our original like best ball first and DFS and daily like hybrid idea. So it'd be awesome to see Underdog finally bring that to fruition there.
The first pioneers, people forget.
Oh, fuck yeah, that went down in flames. Who cares? The one thing I gotta put on record to just throw out, what's the most Chargers thing in the history of the world here would be after they passed on like that upper echelon tier of wide receiver to now at the front end of the second round, reach in quotations and go get his Michigan guy, Harbaugh, go get his Michigan guy, Roman Wilson, and be like, see, we took the offensive tackle and now we got our WR1 in the second round. And I think it's a real possibility here at the front end of the second round.
That'd be kind of crazy because I don't think people saw Roman Wilson as like this highly drafted player, but man, anything's possible at this point. Very obviously, these NFL teams are drunk.
Man, fun first night. It's gonna make for a fun second night and fun weekend ahead. I imagine we get a handful of the running backs off the board tonight. You think something like that, like Brooks, Benson, something like that.
How many rounds are tonight?
2, I believe. I think it's second and third, and then Saturday morning 4, 5, 6, 7, or whatever.
Okay, if 2 rounds tonight, higher, lower, 4.5 running backs.
I think that's a pretty good line. That's a pretty good line.
That might end up getting like bumped down, I feel like, but because I would go lower.
Okay, you think lower? I think I think Brooks. I think Benson. I think Wright. I don't know, because when we did our mock draft show, I talked about the sweet spot for running back that I thought was going to happen was that 54 to 59 or whatever, where it was the Bengals, the Browns, the Bucks, the Cowboys, and someone else in that. And the Chargers are a wild card. Like they could do the Blake Corum thing, right? So Brooks, Benson, and Wright, I would say yes. Then Lloyd, if teams like him as much as fantasy likes him, and then Corum if the Chargers do something funky. So you know what? I'll take the higher. I think 5. No, that's a bad bet.
I know. I should have said 3.5. I should have said 3.5.
No, I think 4.5 is a good line. 3.5, I would take the higher. 4.5, I'm really torn. So you set a really good line. I think we see 4 for sure, and maybe a 5th sneaks in. What do you think?
Oh wow! Sorry, there's some people driving the wrong way down the street. Yeah,
they think it's Europe outside.
There's this one way. People always end up driving like idiots. Sorry, what was the question? I got really distracted.
How many? Answer your own running back question. How many you think?
I think 4.
4? Mm-hmm. Okay. Jay Witz is saying only 2 here.
Just because teams are being dumb, man. Like, they're going to do some dumb shit.
Eli suggesting... it was Run Good Rick suggesting 4. Oh, and some random. So that's 5. Yeah. GA would take the lower on 3.5 too. Interesting. So he thinks there's not going to be the same run on running back as we saw kind of wide receiver at the tail end there. I don't know. It did feel very fantasy football-esque, the draft. The fact that, no defensive player went until what was it, 15 or 16? Something like that.
Right.
Anyways, we got tons of time to talk about football in the future here. Let's do a little rapid fire on the NBA slate there. We just got a new injury report, so I'll bring that up. I can't imagine anything has changed. Giannis has already been ruled out. Q tags on the slate. Nezzy. We got Grayson Allen, who I think is a legit Q tag. We've got Chris Middleton, who I think is a legit Q tag. And then we got Kawhi again, which is, I don't know. I think he's going to play again if he played last time out, unless he did something like considerably worse, right? But I don't know. What do you think here?
I think he plays. I think everybody plays.
You think Grayson plays too?
Yeah, I know that he kind of like, I don't know if he re-aggravated it or what, but like the blurb said that he like felt better than he thought. So
okay.
I think that he plays, and him being at home, role players at home nothing's worked out for me yet, but that seems to be a nice like way to go. And Grayson's like damn near free, so.
Yeah, I think just mixing in Grayson late is fine. And then if you end up with a swap, like, so be it. Honestly, the most important ones on the slate to me are, Kyle Anderson had the Q tag last time out, ended up playing, ended up not mattering because they just gave Jaden McDaniels all the effing minutes anyways. So I'm not sure the slow-mo one matters as much as we want to. They're playing small, man. Like, Cat is not playing minutes. And, like, by taking him in the second and, tail end of the second, front of the third round, you're kind of just wish casting that they play a bit bigger tonight. We'll get to that conversation in a second. But the Gafford one, man, like we talked about, Zubac's been absolutely cooking. We thought they needed to do something at the center position. I was telling you before we came on the air that I think Maxi Kleba was kind of my favorite 6th round pick right now. He's played 26 minutes and 27. And you have the wild card factor that Gafford may not even suit up here. So I low-key think the combination of Tim Hardaway Jr. already being ruled out and Gafford having the Q tag has opened up some big potential backdoor minutes for some Mavs guys that not enough of the field's getting to. What do you think?
So just to start, like Karl Anthony Towns, I'm going to continue to draft.
Okay. Yeah.
he's going to end up playing 36 minutes before like he doesn't, like he's gonna like
Right.
I don't think it's gonna be gradual. I think he will one of these nights play big time minutes. And yeah, Nick's saying he did have foul trouble. He had big time foul trouble. And he's just like, coming back off injury. One of these nights he's gonna end up playing big minutes and he's gonna have a good game against the Suns. Like, I do not respect the Suns. I don't think they win tonight.
Ooh,
and
spicy.
They're getting swept. They're getting swept. They're so overmatched by this T-Wolves team. They're just built so different. Like, if I was a fan, I'd be feeling hype. Like, give me like just put this team out of their misery.
Neumy, Neumy's hyped right now. Neumy got his guy JJ, and now all of a sudden he's got the JJ to JJ connection, and now he's got this T-Wolves team. Man, we can't give him too much excitement. And he's going on DFS After Dark with Pete. He got the call up to the big leagues. Holy shit! Everything's coming up Neumy right
now. And then Gafford. Oh yeah, dude, I'm letting Gafford hurt me again. Absolutely.
Okay, you're going back to the well.
Yeah. I'm not so sure that it seems like the last time he got hurt was why the injury, why the minutes were so down. So, I'm taking Gafford. Like, I'm doing a lot of Gafford and Grayson Allen.
Okay, fair enough. All in the 6th round kind of thing. You ever pair them together?
Yeah, I paired them together.
Okay, sounds good to me. I'm kind of in lockstep with Chipsy here, man. We saw those teams not wanting to get swept yesterday. Orlando comes out, balls the F out, has like a 30-point lead at home there. And same thing with the Sixers, and Embiid just goes nuke. I'm kind of on the fence of like, yo, let's just see Phoenix cook tonight. Go home. This is do or die. This is last kick at the can. Let me bet on one future Hall of Famer and maybe another. I'm kind of on that wavelength there, but it's pure narrative base. You're not seeing it the same then, Nez?
They totally have like 60-point ceilings. Like, I understand it. And I wouldn't be surprised if it happens, but I'm just with the Sixers, winning like that. I thought like that series will be a dogfight. I'm the only one out here that believe that the Magic aren't dog shit either. And they went and kicked some fucking ass. I feel differently about this T-Wolves team. I just think that they are just way overmatched, like defensively, and I don't think that Suns even play good defense anyway. So like, it's just like they can't stop they can't stop the T-Wolves, and they're gonna get outmatched on defense. I mean,
interesting. Okay, now does that love for the T-Wolves push through to your fantasy stuff? Like, does that push through where you're taking Ant at 3? Or does that push through where you're pushing up, Gobert to, I don't know, 10, something like that, or Cat to 15 instead of 18? Are you doing anything fantasy related based on that feeling?
No, I'm not like fading. I can't. I'm tired of losing money to Pascal Siakam, so I'm not taking Edwards over Siakam as much as I want to, as much as I feel that it's right and just. I'm not fading Siakam, so I'm respecting ADP and taking Ant at 4 or wherever he goes.
Okay, sounds good to me. I'll go ahead and bring up the rankings here, and we kind of walk through a little bit of that stuff. Yeah, man. Like, but even just like macro level thought process with like fades and stuff like that is like, I faded the shit out of Isaac yesterday. Went 28%. Wendell Carter Jr. in the last round there, and it like turns into nothing despite playing all the minutes and them scoring the most points on the slate. And they put up 122. He starts, he plays 25, 26 minutes like that. It was just like, if you told me that before the slate, I would have been taking him in the 4th round instead of Isaac. I would have flipped their ADPs, right? Like, and it just doesn't work out. So even when you're right in quotation, sometimes you're just wrong, and you just got to embrace the variance of like situation where it's like, I can't just full fade this. Like, what if he is low-key the guy tonight,
Yeah, and I mean the 6 rounds on these slates has just been so annoying because it's like guys end up mattering just because like everybody else just falls flat on their goddamn face, like LeVert is the guy you need, and the team loses by 30, it just because like nobody else comes close to is like 20 points. Like we're talking 20 points. Like we can't
20,
even get
yeah.
20 out of our 6 rounders. I got
That's
lucky
what Chip
with
said yesterday. Remember the Melton one? It was like, what if you only need 19 points in the 6th round? You know?
It's true. It's true. I mean, that's what's so tough about these slates is like there's no rhyme or reason for guys doing well. You know, like you can't. There's nothing that you could have got that could have really gotten you to some of these guys doing well. I mean, Levert, we did talk about like him seeing minutes increased and whatnot. But if you would have told me ahead of time that the Cavs were going to, lose by 30, I don't think I would have taken Karis LeVert in my drafts.
I think I would have been more inclined to take him because he's filling out those late minutes.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, maybe, but yeah, I get your point in general. Yeah, definitely. It's. What do you think the biggest edge in playoff 3-game slates are compared to regular season slates?
When I find it, I'll let you know.
Right. Yeah. I'm kind of in lockstep with you right now in that regard. It's the margins of victory are so much slimmer on these slates because there are so many fewer players that can match certain outlier scores because it's way more feast or famine, right? It's like no McDaniels the other night, no cash. Like it's no Levert last night, no cash. Like so the binary outcome of the slate is so much steeper than like a traditional 7 or 8 game slate. That being said, like I think the best thing we can do, it's kind of like more of like a ball knower slate where it's like looking deeper into the rotations and anticipating potential coaching changes and switches. And the one that stands out to me was the one I alluded to already was the Derek Jones Jr. one tonight, where people aren't fully adjusting for the fact that Tim Hardaway Jr. is out, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, this is a great point from Nick, right? He's saying the same thing, but with different words. It's like, it's been pretty harsh so far because front end and back end scores haven't been flat, right? Like if we get a night where everyone in the 6th round scores between like 18 and 22, well, you can make up that difference by combinations in the front end, but that hasn't been the case because we've had outlier scores on both ends of the spectrum. So you had to have them paired together, right?
Exactly. Like there's no canceling out, it's so binary.
Just pick the guys you need. There's no edge. I love it. All right, Nez, anyone you want to talk about in the middle rounds, talk about mispricing, talk about ADP versus projection? Siakam will be the kind of first major talking point, will he not?
Yeah. Going 3rd overall. I think he projects like 5th.
Probably. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, projects 5th. But like when I say 5th, it's a 0.6 difference between the guy ahead of him and a 0.8 difference between him and Tyrese Halliburton, who projects 3rd. So like these guys are flat. So just respect ADP in this range. That's how I'm playing it.
Okay.
And you kind of have to just like ride the variance. It's the RNG factor of this game. Of I don't know how much of these guys I'm going to get. It just depends on the underdog gods. Hopefully I get a lot of Luka Doncic. That would be great because Luka projects for like an entire extra 6 rounder. Like if you draft Luka, it's like having an extra 6 rounder on your team. If all things are equal, because he projects for 17 more points than Damian Lillard. He hasn't separated yet, but he's at home tonight. It seems pretty important to have Luka Doncic because at the 2-3 turn as well, it's not quite as stark of a tier break as I initially thought, but it's a tier break when you're looking at picks 13 and 14.
Yeah. I mean, if you 3v4 it, it's literally Luka plus Kawhi and PG would be kind of like how it lines up. So you could take those 3 and then whatever 4th comes back to you in the 4th round. Or you could do like on the back end, it's Kyrie plus Durant or Kyrie plus Booker or Kyrie plus Harden. And then you get Zubac and Cat or Cat and something else on the other side of the board. there. And I think almost every single time, if you could just like build your own lineup, you would take the Luka side of that equation every effing time.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time. So it is what it is. But like I said, man, he hasn't crushed yet, but he's always going to project as somebody that is just going to separate like hell. So it's a pretty big deal to get him. Like I have like some Luka. Gosh, let me see some of the I have a lot of Luka, Paul George, and sorry, I just want to see who else because I don't want to like misspeak. Like Luka, Kawhi, and Paul George.
Yeah, that's the combo. Yep.
Like, huh?
Yeah, that's
like Kawhi should be going ahead of both Clippers.
Right. I mean, yeah, he filled it up with stocks the other night. I thought he looked pretty good. I thought he moved pretty well.
Yeah, like dude, I didn't. Fine.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
All right. People in the chat here. Scott says he has Pascal's projected for second. Mitch saying the same thing. Is he too high at 2? I mean, I like the double out of Dame over it. Like, given the way
I just want to say it's okay to have him projected second, but like, there's no way if your projections have Siakam separating over player 3, like, I'm not sure. What inputs are you using? Would be my question, because like these guys are objectively flat, objectively similar.
Okay, if Middleton happens to miss tonight, it kind of benefits both Pascal and Dame. Which would you prefer?
If Middleton's out?
Yeah, because it benefits both of them. Now all of a sudden Pascal doesn't have to deal with some more length on the defensive end there, but then Dame gets the usage bump.
Dame.
Okay, yeah, I'm in lockstep there. I think I like Dame in general more, but I've been a Dame slappy for the first 2 games of this series as is.
Maybe he'll score points in the second half. I don't know. Long shot.
Who knows? Yeah, who knows? Potentially. I'm low key on the Phoenix stuff over taking like Kyrie here. So I was pushing up the Phoenix guys in the middle there in the handful that I've done thus far. You'd be proud of me. I ended up with 77 drafts last night.
There you go.
Yeah, baby. We back. Anything else you want to say in the middle tier other than if we think Kawhi plays, move him over Gobert, Turner, etc.?
Yeah, I would 100% have Kawhi after the Phoenix guys and ahead of James Harden. Like,
interesting.
I would, but like, I'm not going to have that much Kawhi.
Well, that's how you flip the board too, because you just alluded to the fact, like, we just did the 3v4 combo, and we just talked about how everyone who has Luka has him paired with the same effing guys over and over again, right? It's Luka, Kawhi, PG. Flip the board, take Kawhi at the other end of it, right? Like, nobody's going to be laughing at you when Kawhi is healthy, plays, and outscores James Harden. And from the other side of the board, you put Durant and Kawhi together.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, cool. You have like worse Kawhi teams, like. I feel like if you're going to do that, you almost need like Kyrie, where it's like Kyrie's doing like
Kyrie's the leverage,
fantasy points away from Luka, and like now like I get that leverage over you, and I have Kawhi Leonard.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I like this one Chipsy's throwing out here, pushing up Bobby Portis to that 2-3 turn, multiple outs there where he can just ball the F out and be the double machine that he is, or you get a Middleton miss, and all of a sudden that usage looks better too.
Right. I do agree that I think him, or if I think Middleton plays, and if get the Middleton in, no minutes restriction, which is like what I'm accounting for, I think Middleton also makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. Anyone else in the mid tier that you want to get over on? I like the Zubac spot. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bit off of it. Like, I thought it was box score watching last time out. I thought Dallas could make some adjustments. Dallas is incapable of making those set adjustments, and I kind of like it now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who I would take. Like, I'm not taking him before Cat, and I think him and Nurkic is definitely like a very similar bet, and I would consider Brook Lopez a similar bet as well. So like I don't love him more tun those guys, but he's definitely like, where he should be. ADP is pretty tough.
Yeah, fair enough. The Miles Turner one, Run Good Rick bringing it up in the chat, like worried about point chasing after his big game. He was the piece you needed the other night. Any thoughts on, whether it's point chasing, whether it's good matchup, whether it's you like it?
I mean, according to the models, he should be going one pick earlier. So,
wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's fine where he is. But I'm taking Kawhi over him.
Okay, cool. Any lean in the Minnesota tier, as we called it the other day, where we just get this clump of Minnesota that nobody knows what to do with, that goes from Mike Connolly down to Naz Reid. Are there any leans in this whole area for you?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take Jaden McDaniels 13 points at the 4-5 turn tonight. I think I'm good on that.
Okay.
That's
so
crazy.
You don't think
that is that is crazy.
Okay. You don't think he can replicate in any fashion what he did in game 2 comparative to game 1?
Maybe. Maybe. But I mean, why? Like that is his absolute ceiling, and now we're like, yeah, give me that. Like that's the edge here. Is like, do the smart thing, do the right thing, and fade Jaden McDaniels. And if he goes off again, just tip your fucking cap. Like, all right, cool. I guess case Jaden McDaniels is like better than Kevin Durant.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I like that one. Obviously, Westbrook would get a bump if we get some Kawhi news, but we're currently anticipating all the Qs to be in. Actually, I'd ask you to rank the Qs. Rank the Qs in terms of most likely to least likely to play. So the Gafford, Allen, Middleton, Kawhi. What do you think?
And I'm ranking them in terms of likely to play.
Yeah.
Middleton.
So Middleton's most likely to play for you.
It's Middleton, Gafford. I'm just naming these guys. I do think Middleton is likely to play. Middleton, Gafford, Allen, and then who's the fourth? Who am I forgetting?
Kawhi.
Kawhi, then Middleton.
Yeah.
Gafford, Allen.
Okay. So you think Allen's most likely to sit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I kind of feel like he sits. Okay. Yeah, it's fine because you could just I don't know, like what is the direct benefit of Allen being out?
Like
do you
Royce
want
O'Neal or Eric Gordon?
Yeah, do you want 6th round Royce or do you want 6th round Gordon? Like, does it matter at all?
I would probably swap to Gordon.
Okay.
And then Royce O'Neal after.
Okay. Does it boost Beal at all for you?
No. I don't think it does anything for Beal.
Okay.
Maybe sounds a little bit, but
okay, sounds good. Anyone else you want to bring up in this next tier? I said I like Maxey versus Lively, and I said I like the Derek Jones Jr. jumping into more minutes. I like those kind of decisions in terms of buying minutes late instead of going the Terrence Mann or Powell one late. The other one I would throw out is Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin playing some backup 5 at the expense of Jalen Smith when they play a little bit smaller. I like that idea too. I don't think Obi Toppin's getting enough love in this equation right now. Yeah. Anyone else you want to throw out 6th round that you're interested in or this tier?
There's no one that I feel like overly I don't feel like too strongly about, but I do like your Derek Jones Jr. call. I think that's pretty sharp. Like somebody's got to step in for those THJ minutes, and it's probably him, and he's not getting drafted very often, so I think that's a really sharp call there. Lively is there, but like I don't want live like I think. I'm going back to the Gafford wall, man. Like okay.
You're out on the other centers. We're going Mavs centers. But Mavs center feels comparable to what Orlando center was last night.
Right.
It might not matter at all, but it might be a great piece of leverage.
Yeah, I think the thing with Gafford is like if he's active, then like I'm putting faith in him playing more minutes than he has yet this series. Right. Like he might play more minutes than he has in the past 2 games combined if he is active. And if he's not active, then I will try to swap to Maxey or Lively, Like, that's my plan.
Okay. Yeah, I respect it for sure. All right, let's hop in.
Dang, this thing is filling.
Yeah, it is. Does anyone call Eastern Time Zone EDT? It's always EST or ET, right?
I always just use ET.
Yeah, I've never seen EDT before until I started seeing it on the front of the website in the last couple of days here when they've added the new lock time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never seen
I don't
EDT
know.
before.
I
didn't know if it was like an acronym that I just didn't know that people used in the States or something.
It's EDT during this time from March until November, I guess. I just looked it up, but like.
Okay, because it's daylight savings or whatever. So it's like, oh, I got you. Yeah, so there you go. Lava Lord saying it's daylight time. This was confusing as well, too.
Damn it, Neumy.
No pump fake, baby. This is the new John. You're right, Run Good Rick. This is the new way, man. No pump fakes anymore.
He's changed his ways. That's impressive.
Yeah. I've made Neumy change it. That's funny.
Some nerd brought it up. Did it used to say EST or something?
I guess. That's hysterical.
It's
daylight saving stock.
I got too many layers on. I'm taking off this Falcons jersey. The bits.
Our Falcons, baby. We got that third pick decision. Interesting. Ant goes up and over there. I'm Team Dame over Pascal. Let him bury me again.
Yeah. But I like the Ant call is fun, man, because I think he could go Super Saiyan. He's chirping what's this dude doing?
This dog is on one. You see the tail?
Is that the
He's
tail?
Just flopping over here. He's got a bone and a toy in his mouth. He just keeps running back and forth. This guy's on one, dude.
The bone and the toy is hilarious.
Dude, he's got such a big head. He's got both going right now. Oh, shit. Yeah, Nick. Yeah, he will certainly shoot 70% again. Exactly.
Where are the? I guess I mean I wasn't watching those games too intently. Is that like those jumpers, or is that coming around the rim? Like pause.
Nice. Yeah, I actually haven't looked at the shot chart. If you pull up the shot chart and send me the link, let's
we need
do that.
Neumy.
Yeah, we could see the shot chart. Yeah, dude, Jackson Holiday getting sent down. I mean, when you strike out 56% of the time, that's what happens. And that team is really effing good, and they have some really good players at AAA to call back up. It's a shame, man. But like the kid's gonna be all right. There's just so much effing pressure on him. Like they're trying to make him like the face of baseball at like 19 years old. Like it's crazy.
Chill out.
Yeah. All right. You know what I'm about to do. You know it. Just tell me what I'm about to do, Nez.
Well, I know what I would do.
Interesting now. You'd take Kawhi. What would you do?
I think I would take Kawhi, man, but I don't know, man. You got Harden here.
Harden, is it a big enough fall to take Harden at 10? I was gonna take Kawhi because I didn't expect Harden to fall.
Just be ADP, bros.
GA asking why Liam's trying to die on the Michael Penix Jr. hill. I don't know. He just wants to be the contrarian take that, it's fine to have an old quarterback, I guess. I like Penix, man. Like we've talked about Penix so much on this show. I love Michael Penix. It just didn't make sense for the organization. If the Vikings traded up to 8 and took Michael Penix, that'd be awesome. If the Broncos had traded up to 8 and taken Michael Penix, that'd be awesome. But the fact that their plan is to like grandfather in and do the Jordan Love thing with a 25-year-old quarterback, so he'll be 27 or 28 when he plays, doesn't make sense.
I don't think they knew how old he was.
Yeah. They must not have.
I don't think they did.
Should we push up Middleton here and pair him with Dame, or should we do the Beal or Nurk thing?
Middleton.
Yeah, I agree. I like Middleton over this tier. I think he plays tonight. I know he missed practice yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like hearing sprained ankle, but like their season is over if he doesn't play. It's over.
Yeah. Dude, did you actually hear this story? The Bell's palsy thing that like Joel's got Bell's palsy?
Yeah, I had no idea until last night.
That's crazy, man. I didn't see any of that game. Did his face look all fucked up?
I don't know. I didn't notice.
Okay. Because I got a buddy who just randomly got it one night. Like he's athletic guy, takes care of himself, whatever, randomly got it one night. And like we joked because there was like a Canadian prime minister with like a really thick Canadian accent for like years, Jean Chrétien, and his face was like Jean Chrétien, you know. And so he would do like the most hilarious impersonations of it, and he would like drool out of like the side of his mouth because he's just like, you know, he's like, he would get along with us so well. He's just like one of the boys. He doesn't care about making fun of himself. So it became like a whole bit, but it lasted for, I want to say 3 weeks, 4 weeks, where his face was just like all like that. Yeah.
Damn, man.
Yeah. I didn't think we'd get a John Chrétien reference on this show. Hey, maybe we find a way to work it all in.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, so good. Do you think we should be pushing up PJ Washington tonight without Tim Hardaway Jr., or he wasn't playing enough to matter?
He's definitely like the pick if he falls to us, I think.
Yeah, but like just in general, should we be pushing him over like the Zubac tier, the whatever?
That might be a bridge too far.
Okay. This feels like the hardest pick in the draft here because you have to make the Jaden McDaniels decision and then you have to kind of like go with this. My mind goes Naismith here. What do you like?
Conley.
You like Conley more than Naismith?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me that, Pen.
He's going to play 30 plus minutes and he has assist upside and like I just like it. I think Naismith has a single digit floor.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're not wrong. We saw it in game 1.
Mm-hmm.
We saw it in game 1 where he played the minutes and it didn't matter anyways. Like he played 36 minutes, he only got 18 fantasy points in game 1. The minutes are looking nice for Naismith, but the production hasn't been there because Pascal's been absorbing so much. And Aaron Gordon ended up being one of the guys you needed last night. But the lazy comp that I made yesterday was like he kind of feels like a floor guy because he's the 4th option on offense on his own team. You know, like, yeah, sure, he could cook Rui, but whatever. It kind of feels similar Naismith, where it's like, could he have an explosion spot? Yeah, but he's the 4th option on their starting unit.
I know, man. It okay, I would take him here.
Yeah, that was a nice little fall for us, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting to see the Naz Reid push up there. That's a little bit of wish casting, I think, in my estimation, because they haven't been playing big and they haven't been using him like alongside Cat and Gobert and that sort of thing. But maybe you see a little bit of a switch up, but I don't know why you'd switch shit when you're up 2 games.
That what pick did he go?
23, 24, 26.
What the hell? What's his ADP?
28 maybe.
Are you serious?
Maybe a little bit higher. Naz. Oops, that's an X. Naz Reid 30 actually. Yeah, so he's flipping the board.
Jeez, man. I mean, I can't believe they haven't played him as much yet, but I mean, they've been winning games, so it doesn't matter. But
yeah, that's fair.
It's weird.
Gents are banging on about Bell's palsy in the chat. He can't blink with one of his eyes.
I did see that when he was like lying on the ground. I did notice that he like only blinked with one eye.
Badass. Dude, imagine playing a little hoops with one eye and you're still better than the world and score 50.
And he can't even jump.
Fucking legend. I didn't used to be an Embiid guy. I became an Embiid guy. Like I was not a naturally born Embiid guy. All right. Derek Jones Jr. comes to us. TJ McConnell. There's the Gafford well we could go to. I think I like Derek Jones Jr., but I think you're going to try and sell me on Gafford.
Do Derek Jones, man. I think that was a good call. I think you should take him.
Okay. I think there's a really clean path to them condensing the rotation tonight and him playing, same like 32 minutes as he did last time. We talk about role players at home. We talk about that series being 1-1, not like a, true must-win spot at home kind of deal comparative to other series. I like it, man. I think Derek Jones Jr. could really eat tonight.
Yeah, I mean, 32 minutes, man, with like no sign of that changing other than like maybe Gafford playing a little bit more. I think it's a really sharp call.
Cool. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, this is true. Actually, did you see this? Like, Joel's awesome besides the foul baiting and his body being broke 24/7.
Which is like his entire game right now, so.
Yeah, it's true, right? Becoming yeah, this is a good thing. This is a good point by Nick. I cannot condone the actions of Embiid last night, wrapping his legs around Mitch Robb and wrapping his arm around him and pulling him down on the floor and stuff. That was so fucking dangerous in Bush League. I cannot. If Draymond had done that, we would be crucifying Draymond on the internet. We would be dragging him through the mud. We'd be calling for flagrant 2. We'd be calling for suspension. Blah blah blah. So yeah, I that's a fair point. I thought that was a very bad play last night.
Yep, hated it. Did not like it.
Yeah, I became an Embiid guy before that moment. Nez, what do you say we talk about a little MLB here? We'll do the rapid fire. Everyone can go and read Nez takes. I think there's one really clear spot on the slate, but JPB has been getting there and auto drafting without pushing the plane over and over and over again and driving me insane in these draft rooms. Yeah, that's my one take right there is Ozzy Albies. Everyone's forgot about Ozzy Albies, and he's back today. He's going to hit second instead of Michael Harris, and he's a righty who kills lefties. I really love Ozzy Albies as the most mispriced play on the slate today. Take it away, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it. The Braves face a lefty, so let's tee off. And Albies back. Once he gets that official batting second, he's going to fly up boards. And once JPBs is out of the lobby, then you can start to take him. But right now he's taking him with like the third round, like every single time. So so it's tough.
Auto drafting him in the third with Randy Arozarena and a first round pick every single time. Like he just takes those 3 auto drafting, like no creativity in terms of how we stack, no build type differentiation, just straight hoops guying it up with Ozzy in the third every time.
Yep, it's it's annoying because like you said, dude, he doesn't push the plane either. Like it's just like, come on, man.
Yeah. All right. Enough venting there. Ozzy Albies batting right-handed is so elite, and I don't think there's any concern because it was a fractured toe. It wasn't anything that would zap contact. It wasn't his power side. And if you want to get really technical with it, it's his back pivot toe because he was batting left-handed. He got hit on the. Yeah. Whatever. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Not me.
Yeah. Exactly. Favorite teams today, Nez, you led with the O's. Gunnar Henderson broke a slate yesterday with 41 fantasy points. What else you want to say?
The Guardians, sneakily the best team against right-handed pitching this season right now.
Nez Nugget.
Who would have thought? Certainly not me, considering like this team, seems to have a lot of really strong left-handed hitters, but right now by WRC plus, this team is your league leader right now in WRC plus against right-handed pitching. Or actually, no, that's wrong. Left-handed pitching. Sorry.
Yeah, that is surprising. That's very surprising.
Yeah, I caught myself there. Wanted to double check it because I'm like, I know I saw this. Yeah, absolutely baffling. This team is an 826 OPS against left-handed pitching. So I don't have them on here because I'm not like as into them. Like they're not like my favorite team to get to, but it is a nugget, and it is something to be cognizant of.
Yeah, 75 degrees in Atlanta, always like a half decent place to hit there. Chris Sale liable to get blown up every now and then, though he's been pitching quite well. Always the strikeout upside is there with Sale, but this is a team that also does not strike out very much. So you have that going in your favor as well. So yeah, I mean, good shout there. I imagine they put some of the righties near the top of the lineup today. Probably Freeman and Fry. Those guys move up a little. Maybe Gabriel Arenas, like he Arenas. I don't know how to say his last
name. What is
Arias?
Yeah, Arias. Yeah.
Arias. Yeah. Those kind of right-handed guys. I mean, they're probably not in our player pool, but they'll probably be moving up a little bit. So yeah, maybe a little Naylor plus Jose mini stack, maybe a little Steven Kwan plus Jose mini stack. Yeah, I like the contrarian angle of that. I like your pitching rankings today. You got Corbin Burns pushed down. Is this pitching preferences relative to ADP, my friend?
Yeah, and also like the A's have some power, you know, from the left hand side that like, and I just like Gallen and Eflin more than Corbin Burns right now. I mean, the A's strike out a lot, but Gallen against the Mariners in Seattle, you know, Mariners strike out at the highest clip to right-handed pitching in the league with Zach Gallen there. I think Zach Gallen represents a very safe and with a lot of upside. And he's there in the 5th round every single time. So this is just literally just like in a vacuum. Eflin, I'm worried about the weather, but White Sox are absolutely terrible. And Eflin has awesome stuff. Yeah, with Corbin Burns, man, I think there's low key, some of these lefties from Oakland could give him some trouble.
While we're talking about Oakland, our guy, friend of the show, featured guest on the show, Jared Kravis joined us there, and we talked a little Oakland A's baseball, and we brought up the name Mason Miller to him. And now, I don't know if you've been watching the timeline, Nez, he is a Mason Miller slappy. He's got a fanboy crush. He's been dropping it on there, and he said he hadn't heard the name until this year. And you know who did the show with him in the very first weekend of a year and said Mason Miller was nasty to him? Your boys, just saying.
I mean, I'll be very honest. I was shocked that he said that. I'm like, you didn't know Mason Miller? I mean, I know he's an athletic starter, but like he came into the league pumping 100. So I was like, all right, he caught a little flack for that. And he doubled down, and I'm like, buddy, just you know. But his double down was like respectful. He's like, they're not respectful, but respectable. Like, okay, that's cool. You don't follow the A's that closely. Like, I get it. But anyways, Mason Miller is a machine, dude. It's crazy. He's gonna earn himself. Probably play his way out of Oakland for sure.
Yeah, I mean that's inevitably what everyone thinks that will always happen with someone good there. You got Aaron Nola up here quite high. He's been going good recently. He gets a San Diego team that was less than impressive in Coors, to be honest. But they don't strike out a ton. Models don't love it, but you love it. I was drafting him too because my bro science says I like it. Talk me through Aaron Nola.
Yeah, he's just a good pitcher, man. And he's had some really good outings this season. And he didn't have an awesome 2023. Good park. Like you said, Padres weren't like impressive in Coors. I just think Aaron Nola represents, I mean, like, I don't think he's going to lose you tonight's slate by any means.
Yeah, fair enough. They probably get Manny Machado back today, which strengthens that lineup a little bit. Good shout from Rocket Sauce in the chat here that J-Ram's always better against left-handed pitching. That's a fun one. JD Martinez for the Mets going to make his Mets debut today. That's a good one. ATL Braves is drinking my Kool-Aid here. I've drafted CJ Abrams. I've only done 5 drafts now, and I've drafted him in every single one because I think his ADP is criminal as well today, despite Lane Thompson.
Oh, sorry, you're talking teammate. Sorry, I thought you were gonna. I changed the rankings because I was writing game by game, had Luzardo as an option, and then he got scratched while I was writing it, and now it's this dude Anthony Maltinato. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. So therein lies, where we're going with it and why we like the left-handed leadoff hitter who has been fun for fantasy. I wanted to pose you a very difficult question here, and I have it's very good that he organically brought up CJ Abrams in the chat, because I wanted to ask you, if you are a franchise, you're looking towards the future here, would you rather have CJ Abrams or Corbin Carroll?
I still think Corbin Carroll.
Okay. I like that you had to think about it. I like that we went there. We talked about it when they were in Coors. So they've moved him down to 7th in the order. They led off with Pavin Smith. I always screw that one up there. They moved him to the top of the order the other day. The D-backs are definitely a way better team, way more so in a position to win now than the Nationals could ever be, right? But I just wanted to bring this to everyone's attention here. Jay Hay, Baseball's Dead podcast here. Just put this one up. I know we don't get fantasy points for FWAR, and the steals and stuff are a big deal, but we brought it up when Corbin Carroll was in Coors that he hadn't homered in 380 something plate appearances. He happened to homer that night, and then he hasn't homered again since. So very interesting. I don't know. Just this year, tied for 124th in FWAR since the midseason of last year, which was basically that cutoff date that we talked about, the home runs. He's 64th. I don't know, man. Are we starting to get a little skittish about Corbin Carroll, or do we just, this is a slump, this is a sophomore slump, let's just keep drafting him, where he goes?
He's not being drafted very high anymore in
Fair
dailies.
Yep.
But need to I need to wait a little bit before. I mean, I love the improvements that Abrams is making, and he clearly has more power than people give him credit for. But I give it another season before I change my mind.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, just this is a good one that Chipsy brings up in the chat. The shoulder does seem like an issue. Like that's been something that's been talked about there. Julian says give him the Abrams stuff. Jay Witt's suggesting the Carroll stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Very interesting. But regardless, they're both 6th-round picks today, and they're probably both viable in terms of talent relative to position in which they're going in today's drafts. Anything else you want to bring up just in terms of stacks or someone said it in the chat earlier that they love, I can't find it now. Someone said that they love the Rangers today. Any love for the Rangers today, Nez?
Yeah, definitely like the Rangers. Going against Graham Ashcraft definitely is not worrisome to me. I'd like the Rangers better against right-handed pitching, but we'll take a lefty today. And they're all draftable.
Ashcraft's righty.
Ashcraft's
righty.
Is he?
Yeah. The other one you're thinking about is Andrew Abbott. He's the lefty. Andrew Abbott's the lefty. Ashcraft's the righty.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So you could do a little lefty, Low Seager in the middle there. Lowe's been back for like 4 games now.
That's embarrassing. Let me change that. Yeah, I was going off my I need to change that if I wrote that up like that.
I mix up the Abbott Ashcraft all the time too mentally, like when I'm doing.
And the Pirates have a Braxton Ashcraft.
Oh, there you go. That's crazy.
Isn't that fucked up?
Yeah. And Miami has Braxton Garrett. Oh.
Dude, it's like I get all of those guys confused all the time.
I love it. And someone has Aaron Ashby. Oh!
Come on.
And they use Ash Bats. Oh!
Fuck.
Okay. Too much. All right, dude. Anyone else you want to bring up as sneaky stacks or stacks that people aren't getting to today? Do we like our board Kyle Harrison in a pitcher-friendly ballpark there against the lowly Pirates right now?
Yeah, he's definitely an option, but I mean, he's super safe. Like I don't think he's in danger of like getting knocked around. So he's definitely an option, but I think these other guys have higher ceilings.
Okay, sounds good to me there. Yeah, any other lineup notes or ADP notes you can think of? There was a Giants dude who was like way up there because
Tyler
he homered last night. Yeah, Tyler Fitzgerald. What are we doing?
I had to look that up. I'm like, am I missing something here?
Yeah, he homered last night, and all of a sudden, I don't even think he's going to be in the lineup today. I found that one hysterical.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah. Julian's suggesting that people are talking about Seager's slow start being due to the offseason injury or what? I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, are people going to start talking about that? The fact that he came back, like, sooner timeline wise than everybody else was anticipating?
Could have something to do with it. Only one home run so far. Definitely probably playing a part, but everything about his numbers seems like he's fine. Like there's no reason to fear.
All right. Seems fine to me. Anything else you want to say? ADP and stuff. I'll bring it up right here, Nez, or should we just jump into draft?
No, let's jump into draft. I got time for one draft, and I got to bounce.
All right, sounds good to me. Oh, then the puck guys come out.
Yeah. Let the real puck knowers.
All right.
Nice. So I don't have like a clear cut 101 here. It's just like whatever I feel like doing.
Yeah, I think maybe we could say, I mean, I don't know. I joked on Twitter the other day that Acuna has as many home runs and RBIs as Pavin Smith did in one night this season. Like, that's gotta change. That's gotta change, right? I keep going back to the Acuna well. I like him versus a left-handed pitcher. I don't think Logan Allen is particularly amazing. Yeah, you could sell me on that one. No one's really been paying attention to the Dodgers because the Dodgers haven't been on the main slate for, I don't know, 4 slates in a row. So nobody really knew how effing hot Ohtani was for the last week and a half. Yeah. That being said, never pitcher, and you alluded to not even liking Burns the most there. Baltimore is your top stack, so we could go the Gunner route. He broke a slate last night. He's got 8 home runs on the season already. Or we could do Acuna. You pick.
No, what were you going to say?
I was saying let's do the Acuna so we can try and do 6-round Ozzy Albies with it.
All right. Let's see if he makes it there.
Yeah, let's see how far we can push Albies in a non... I recognize some of these names, but haven't seen them in the chat watching the show yet. And I don't see JPB in here. So let's see if we can push it a little bit.
No JPP is a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we got all badges. And other than like maybe Johnny Bags, I think I know Johnny Bags.
Yep.
Yeah,
definitely know all the screen names, but don't know them relative to the YouTube chat as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Judge 3 is a little bit of a reach. Not a reach, but
Yeah, I think I kind of like Soto more today than Judge, just because of the handedness. But you can never.
This is your slate, man. This is your Judge reverse split slate.
Yeah. There you go.
Righty.
Yeah. Adam, there you go.
Oh, what up?
Zoo Wildlife. I knew we knew Zoo Wildlife because he definitely tagged us in some stuff on Twitter in the past when he won something.
Nice.
And there you go. So now we're doing the linking there. Perfect. Noah's saying, can we talk about how I have 0 LE shares in my MLB best ball teams? Can't relate because I just draft the dudes who are fun as fuck.
And you draft like 20 teams.
Yeah. Hey, I 92 dingers this year.
Oh, yeah. People forget.
Actually, someone asked earlier in the chat how many dances we did. I did 20 dances and 40 Zambonis. How many dances did you end up doing, Nez?
Ooh, dances. I did 108.
108. Wow, good for you. Nez, make these selections for me.
You want to do Michael Nelson? At home?
Michael Nelson. I was like, Michael Nelson. Yes.
Who?
Michael Nelson Trout. Yes, my favorite player on planet Earth.
Yeah.
All right. What do you want to set up with the next one here? We could do. I got an idea. No, I don't want to. You do it.
I I would say Garcia or Ozuna. Adolis.
Garcia or Ozuna. Okay, let's do Adolis. Let's do Adolis and see if we can land this plane. I was going to float the idea of doing Seager, and then we do Ozzy Albies and Lowe, and it's a 2-2-1 build to close it out.
Yeah, that would have been smart. I'm still trying to get Albies. I'm still leaving the light on for Albies there. So we definitely can do a 2-2 with either with some options from the Rangers, depending on who's there. Well, there goes Seager.
Sounds good to me. Wow. Oh, Adam's saying that he won the MLB 3-bagger yesterday.
Nice. Sick. That's a big one.
Big shouts. Love that. Congrats. That's sick. Atlanta Braves, 1993. Great Morgan Wallen reference. Finished 5th in yesterday's contest as well. So look at that. The chat better than me. What else is new every time?
I thought I had some good lineups yesterday, and I didn't come close to breaking even.
I don't know what I did in baseball yesterday. We can look in a second. Noah asking, how many of the dingers do you have going through so far? You know what? I haven't even looked. We can look in a second here too.
My advance rates have taken a dip with this Ellie De La Cruz surge. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Oh man, can't believe he was going beside Oatmeal Reynolds.
Ellie Reynolds is actually playing well.
That's true. That's fair. All right. Do we land this plane with the Ozzy Albies and Austin Riley 3-stack, or do you want to tack on someone else?
No, I like that a lot.
Yeah, me too. Get Austin or get Ozzy Albies in the 5th round there, or whatever. That feels like a smash, because if you knew he was going up against a lefty and didn't have a Q tag beside his name, he would be. 13-game slate. Maybe he wouldn't be like all the way up, but he would definitely be higher than he currently is.
I agree. Like, it's just a little fake discount.
Yeah. Ooh, Jose going in this one. Very interesting.
Dude, Buto's got some shit, man. He's nice.
Yeah, I have yet to watch him. Tell me.
I just saw that he's got like a full arsenal of pitches at his disposal, and he's got a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. And he faces the Cardinals, and the Cardinals are Butto themselves. So
I like it.
He's got a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, but he does 4-seam and a sinker, which I love, with a changeup and slider. Full arsenal there, but he does have some walk issues. But Buto's sick.
Yeah, I like that. Cool. Now I might have to draft him, dude. That arsenal sounds fun.
Yeah, I know. I was like, this guy isn't just, he's a real life major league starting pitcher.
Mm-hmm. I would like to bring it to your attention, speaking of real life MLB pitchers, that Emerson Hancock has only given up 2 runs in his last 12 innings, and he has almost a strikeout per inning, Nez. And one of those starts was at Coors. So please walk back your Marco Gonzalez comp, please.
We'll see.
Shota at Boston doesn't feel like the best spot in the world. Kyle Harrison feels better at home. Nola feels like the best pitcher. Who else do you like?
I like Luis Hill with the Yankees, man. I think he's got a ceiling.
You like it more than Nola?
Dude,
I think he's
safer,
gone.
But like,
oh, there he is.
Yeah,
he's down there. He had 9 Ks last time out
against the Rays. He's got nasty stuff.
Let's see if I got that.
I'm just mixing up pitcher. I mean, there's so many options.
Did I get it in there? No, I didn't get it in.
That's right. I like Nola too.
Yeah, he's 4th in your rankings. As I was just blindly trusting your rankings.
Their preferences.
Yeah, preferences, not rankings. VA thought I was going to stop 3-stacking. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, buddy. Let me just lose money in the conventional ways I am set with. Well, you know what I'm gonna stop doing more of is the 3-2s, I think. The 3-2s is trying to thread a needle that is too difficult. I think when you're chasing ceiling on these slates, the 3-1-1s and the 2-1-1-1s, like that shit seems to be playing better, or 4-1s play better than 3-2s. So I think that's like I think that's where I'm at.
Yeah. I still do 3s and 4s quite a bit.
I think they're fine. I just don't think they should be 3s and 2s like together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I still do that, and I still will do that, just because it's just what I know, and I don't know, I don't know that there's enough information out there to
That's
tell
true.
me like what matters when we're dealing with such small lineups.
Fucking play the best plays, buddy. Just put Julian and Gunnar Henderson together, and we will be great.
Dude, I nailed Julian Knight and lost money. It's crazy.
Nothing matters. Nothing matters. Oh man. All right, dude. If you gotta jump, you gotta jump.
I do.
I will do one puck draft on my lonesome to wrap it up. Easy, what's up? Oh, this is a good little nugget from Dogman Chill here. Luis Gil with the is it Gil? Like it's like a
I say heel.
Heel? Yeah. He's got the best stuff plus on the slate there. Julian saying that we got to respect the old change up from the four pitch arsenal of tonight's Jose Buto. There you go. Yeah, it's heel like that. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Easy. Next week, you got to be out here, man. Nez is going to be gone. We need I'm auditioning new co-hosts. Easy's in the short line for getting in there. This is great.
Entire week's points. Unbelievable.
All right, Nathaniel, any parting words for the people before we talk a little playoff puck?
No, but I'll see you in the lobbies. Basketball and baseball. Drafting my ass off, but I got to take a small break. We're cleaning up the place. I'm getting yelled at. I need to deep clean the bathroom before we embark on this journey. So have fun with puck, everybody.
Sounds good, bro. All right.
Good luck.
Good luck. I am gonna move us to the single layout of BadgeBros because we do not have there we go. We do not have a single one for the UD stuff. All right, let's do this. 4-game puck tonight. Let's see what we got here. Boom. Hopping in right away. Not even thinking. Whoa, $100 bottle rocket tonight. Love to see it. That's kind of fun. All right. Bunch of game 3s tonight. Nucky's going to Nashville. I don't know if the tendies have been confirmed yet, but man, I might put DeSmith on the bench tonight and just embrace a little variance there with Artur Silval or however the hell you say his name, and just see what happens, right? But yeah, Edmonton 1-1 versus LA there. LA showed out last time out. Man, Kempe, so swaggy as hell. It looks like he's wearing no shouldies out there. He's got the lettuce flowing out the back. He had a couple nice tucks. One was a sick tip, but he had a couple nice tucks last game out. Man, LA can bang with these guys. Colorado going home feels like a really good spot coming off a win there, despite me thinking that Hellebuyck could have a bounce back game there. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what to expect outside of that. I don't think Washington is longed for this series at all. I think they'd be lucky to get one game from the Rangers. But yeah, Kempe, playoff player, love it. Crashing the car in Smashville. I should make this window a little smaller here. All right, cool. This is my first puck draft, so we'll feel it out on the fly. Hyman obviously had the big game 1 there. We could do the chalky Colorado start there, but then I'll get yelled at for not scrolling. Forsberg already went, so we can't do the Smashville thing. Okay, We're doing the Colorado start because I can't think of anything creative on the fly yet. Let's do that. Play the best plays to start, and then we'll get creative with it. Had some fun lineups yesterday that were reliant on Tampa too. And then the fact that the Cirelli goal got called back, that was unfortunate. Chuskin goes there. Hyman goes there. Oh, Moods is hanging out in the chat. Maybe a little Puck Bros next week. Yeah, that sounds good. I'll reach out. Let me figure out some scheduling stuff for next week because we'll also have BBM as well. Nez leaves on May 3rd? Question mark. Nez leaves on. Yeah, I think he said the 3rd, but then he told me Tuesday. But the 3rd is a Friday, so I don't know. Yeah. Regardless, we'll do something fun like that. AMAC calling a Nyquist Hattie tonight. Ooh, bold. Bold stuff. Spicy chat. Who's Nyquist playing with right now? I should know that because I've been at the games and watching the series, but let's see what we got for starting 10 East tonight. Anyone confirmed yet? Wow, Casey DeSmith already confirmed. So going back to that one, I bet you if they lose tonight, they switch it up and they just go like, let's try and get hot with the young kid. Okay, Kempe goes. Give me some creative ideas in the chat here. We could put Arturi with this. Feels fine. We could go the Vancouver route. Double defenseman? Who's doing double defenseman? Is that paying the rake? Is it paying the rake to go double defenseman? It might be. Okay. Pedersen is taking so much heat on the internet, from myself included. Terrible giveaway that led to a goal that ended up being the GWG last time out. He missed a wide open net to end the first period on the power play. He threw some stupid ass backdoor sauce to Connor Garland instead of wiring a one-timer. He's got to get his confidence back. He's getting raked over the coals by Biz Nasty. Made a video about him today, skating like Bambi. Looks soft as hell. He does look soft as hell out there. But we're doing PP1 double centers paired together. GA likes Preds tonight. GA saying Lindholm over Petey. Oh, spicy, dude. Noah saying he saw a tweet about Lindholm apparently moving up to the top PP lineup. Wow, like it. Okay, Lindholm, there's your cheeky nugget from the chat today. Lindholm, PP1 with the Nuckies there. Yeah, I do agree with this, GA. They did go lotto line. They did go lotto line at the end of the third period last game, and I was like, fuck yeah, here we go. That's the 640 and the 9. That's the Besser and Petey with Miller there. I do agree. I would like to see that. We're gonna build out lotto line here, but man, Petey has looked. Dude, he looks scared out there. I thought Quinn Hughes was the best player on the ice last game out. That game, man, if Nashville's going to block whatever it was, 38 shots or whatever, like it's not a sustainable formula to winning a playoff series. Or it's not a sustainable one to win a cup, but it is fine to win like one isolated series. If they somehow win this series in 6, like they got so outplayed last game, right? They had one shot on goal in the third period and it was an empty netter. Sure, they're sitting back, they're protecting a lead, blah, blah, blah. But like, man, that's not a sustainable formula. But if they do get through this series, they win this series in 6 because of DeSmith, because of blocking shots, playing tougher, whatever, they're going to go 5 games against Edmonton or 5 games against LA. I don't think they could possibly last doing what they're doing right now. That being said, I don't know. It's working thus far. But yeah, it had an eerily similar feeling to game 2 of Islanders Canes, where the Canes had like 100 and whatever potential shots, but they only got like 30 through. Canucks only got like 18 shots through. You just can't win a hockey game with 18 shots against a world class goaltender, right? So, yeah. Can you explain the Leafs winning the cup in baseball and football terms? Hmm. Huh. That's a tough one. I'm trying to think. It would be like the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl, where it's like they're the focal point. They're always on national TV. They're Canada's team, they're America's team, but majority of people that aren't Leafs fans or aren't Cowboys fans fucking hate them. And they love to see them lose in the playoffs and they love to see them get beat by the same team over and over again. So I think the Cowboys would be the closest comp. Like people loved the Niners beating the shit out of the Cowboys back in the day. People love to watch the Cowboys flounder in the postseason. Yeah, that would be my comp. Okay, we could do Skinner with this. We could do Casey DeSmith and get like some kind of game correlation. I say we just do it because we're building out the Vancouver bet anyways. That being said, it's probably a bad play just in a vacuum because they're not going to get enough shots on goal to matter. Whereas like shots on goal are like so good for just racking up points. But we're going to put the Besser thing together here. We are painting a narrative where Canucks put this line back together. PP1 goes off for 4 goals and Casey DeSmith gets the win bonus, and that is the separator. This team probably is better from a fantasy standpoint with Skinner at goalie because of the amount of shots he's going to get peppered with. That being said, probably only going to build a few puck teams today and go Nuckies. Wheels up, baby. Yeah. Noah saying that most casual fans don't hate the Leafs, though. Feels like good team and losing the playoffs, so Cowboys makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, casual fans dislike the Cowboys. I feel like casual hockey fans dislike the Leafs. I think casual. I think we differ there. Julian sharing some egregious bets in the chat. That's good. Cubs, maybe? Okay. I could see that. That one checks out a little bit. All right, I will appease the people. We will look at see if I'm advancing anyone, and then we'll tie a bow on this bad boy. So I can take this dog outside who's been going mental this whole time. Let's go to live stuff. We got NHL. Oh, best ball. Sorry, live NHL. 140. We got 37 of these guys in. We're advancing, a decent number there, whatever that is. That looks like a pretty good advance rate on 37 entries. So hopefully that can hold and stay. Kind of makes sense because we had a decent amount of Canes. We unfortunately went in on the fake wagon that is the Vancouver Canucks. That Demko shit will hurt. We went in on the fake wagon just to have some skin in the game associated with our team. But yeah, we had some Carolina stuff in there, some Tampa, some Rangers. Thought those were some of the cleanest paths. Wow, 18% Nylander, that sucks. Maybe he plays next game. Maybe he does not. Kempe, there you go. Kempe at 16% is really helping us out there because he's been playing well. Matthew Tkachuk at 16. So yeah, doing okay in the puck stuff so far. Check out the hoop stuff. 88 out of 200. Advancing decent amount again there. Advancing almost half our teams. Wow. That's kind of lucky. So hopefully some of that stuff holds. Be interested to see what the exposure was there. LeBron and Joker, we obviously ran hot at the 101. Bunch of Embiid, some of that paired together, so that feels good. Wow, ended up with a good amount of OG apparently. But we got on the Knicks late there, and yeah, not amazing that some of our highest owned are both Knicks and Sixers, but chances are they're not paired together because we did most of our drafting late, so maybe they're live in that regard. And then people wanted to see MLB. So we did 100 total thus far, only $260 out of 1,400 there, 3 bullpens, 97 in the other ones. We're advancing. Can you guys see that? I can't scroll for some reason. You guys can't see the bottom one. Here, there you go. Dinger, 160 out of 92 entries in the Dinger. Yeah, advancing whatever that is. 20 entry, 16. I'd guess 16 entries on my bro science math there. So not amazing yet, but I don't know. Everybody's been hurt by pitching thus far. Let's see. Go back here. We only ended up with 4 perfect games. We got 1 advancing team. Let's check it out for fun here. Wheeler, Eflin, Hunter Green's hurting me right now. I really liked Hunter Green. Kelly, Javier, and Sale. So we got a fully healthy pitching staff, which is pretty hard to believe at this point. Harper, Devers, Rutschman, Bohm, Josh Bell, Mountcastle's been doing me nice. He was one of my favorite scrolls. Jake Cronenworth, Tatis as a stack. Marcelo Zuna, he's going to be advancing a lot of people. This team does not have Michael L. Trout on it, but it has Marcelo Zuna and Lourdes Gurriel, who would be 2 pretty high advancing outfielders, I imagine. Right now, not bad. Still so early to get wrapped up in this. I guess we never did like an exposures thing to see where I ended up out of my 97 teams there. Trout, 32%. Paredes. Bryce Miller's obviously been hurting. Rodon's been okay. Brandon Pfaadt I really liked. Been okay. The Scherzer getting some bullish news. He had 4 strikeouts in his start, but gave up 2 home runs last time out there. Eloy's starting to come around. Nolan Jones hurts right now. Hannah Goat I obviously loved. Ton I loved. Morel's kind of slumping again, but he's still nice. Really like my exposures, not gonna lie. Got on the Ellie stuff a little bit later, so ended up with 13% Ellie, so over the field, but nothing too crazy. Definitely changed my tone. I was a projection bro on Ellie when we first started, and then I thought it through and was like, what the fuck am I doing? This guy is awesome. Brian Hayes won. I drank the Nez Kool-Aid too hard, guys. I capitulated on my takes too much in that regard. Jazz feels fine. Manny Machado. Yeah, kind of like where I'm at. Not going to lie. I like a lot of these targets. You Darvish one going on the IL stings, right? What's the timeline? Oh, through a bullpen session. So there you go. Might be back sometime soon. But running pretty hot on in terms of like pitching that's at least healthy. Not great that, some of them are like Hunter Green or whatever, but I really like Dylan Cease. Got on that at the end. Really liked the Nestor Cortez price tag. Got on that. JP Sears coming around after 2 rough starts to start the year. Yeah, I don't know. Long season ahead, but just in terms of health at the pitcher position, we are looking okay. All right. Thank you, Easy, for telling me it's a respectable percentage there. I wish I could go back in time. I wonder how many times I took Oatmeal Reynolds because we drafted on stream with Nez. 12%. I would change all that 12% into Ellie. Like, well, that's obvious now, but if I wasn't forced to draft with my co-host, easy to say now. All right, guys, we can walk through some more of this stuff in the future. Really look forward to next week. BBM is going to be dropping at some point. I have no idea what day it is that BBM is coming. I'm sworn to secrecy. I mean, the people are sworn to secrecy. I have no idea, but I'm thinking if I'm available, the minute that contest drops, I'm just going to go live. And hopefully Nez, Neumy, Pete, whoever can just join. But like, I'm really fingers crossed that, Nikki's got some plans on Sunday. So I'm fingers crossed that it just drops right away at the end of the draft on Sunday, and we could just go live and jump in and maybe hit everybody with a surprise stream before best ball breakfast on Monday there. But Pete's got a loaded show for the start of BBM on Monday. We will be back on Monday as well. Best of luck to everybody. Great slate of both hoops, puck, and baseball tonight, and then the NFL draft. It's a sick night to just pull up on the couch and fucking order a pizza and chill out and enjoy. So hopefully you guys are able to do that this evening. All right. Do me a favor, hit the like, subscribe, all that stuff before you guys leave. I never ask, but it goes a long way. I appreciate all you guys that are members who come through and click that every single day. 1 second of your time that makes us look really good. It helps push us forward. Everybody have a great weekend. Everybody's favorite time of the show. The end. Peace.